Here's today's little project. Afternoon, everyone. Nice little man at Altair Astro sent me a box for a fee, of course. And inside here we have the coveted Ipolar camera. Wherever I've put it. It's actually connected to my laptop at the Pres at the moment. You connect it to the laptop and just straight USB. This is a little notepad that I only use for for polar aligning. Ooh, that's pretty bad. I've never seen that before. Yeah, you plug it straight into the USB port, connect it, yabba dabba doo, and check your it should locate the USB driver for it anyway. You can always double check in the control panel in device manager, and it will either say cameras, or in my case it says imaging devices, and they're the ones to just lost my my Allen key, never mind. So that's stage one. Stage two is find an Allen key and remove. Yeah, it's already there. I'm going to take it. There's an Ipolar on this CM25P. I'm trying to do this, which I'm going to have to try and undo. We have to put the camera down in a sec. Hold the lowers. Yeah, it's just a matter of taking one adapter out and replacing it with the other one. I've gone for an external connection. Saves time, and I want to compare the obviously the Ipolar with the fated. Ooh, that's stiff. Hang on. Give it a good. Oops, out she comes. Yeah, that's the Polemaster one, which is it's my for them in the know. Here's the one for the Ipolar. Pretty sort of similar adjutant, really. I'm going to make sure I put the Polemaster even ones. Now on this, there it is. Once you put it in, there's a slot here for the USB cable when you're running it. So generally that should be on the right hand side, on the left hand side even, as you look at looking in front of the scope. Don't ask me why, but that's the general consensus. It's just a matter of hanging on dear life and screwing it up. 2 secs. Right, managed to get that all on. Just so happens that the Polemaster adapters is the same as the Ipolar adapter. So I took it off, only to discover that it was a bit loose, so I put the other one back on. Now we're happy anyway. Now here's the adapter that goes on there. This got a little screw on here for putting the little secondary adapter on, if you can see that. This is what the actual camera fits into. Good idea to put this at the top, put it at the side. It clashes with the other screw on here. That slits in there. I think best practice is to have the USB. There's a little slot here for the USB cable. General consensus is to have that on the 9 o'clock position as you're looking at it from the front. Just a matter of tightening up the little screw at the top. Get it as good as we can. Get the magic Ipolar gizmo, minus its cable. 2 secs. Take the cable out. Theory has it that'll fit in there. Crikey, that's tight. Huh. Come on, don't mess me about. In she goes. Slots in there. Tighten that up. Get it in the centre. It's in the centre more or less. So I can get the USB. Tighten the other one up here. Whack in the cable and light the blue touch paper. Here we go, Plan B, Section 2. We're still playing with the Ipolar Polar Alignment Scope. Electronic Polar Scope even. Once you've connected it, attached it to the mount, like I said yesterday, it's just a matter of downloading the software. I don't recall it having a sort of load run thingy. It's just an exe file. So all you can do, where's it gone? Hang on, 2 secs. So yeah, it's just an exe file. So you download it, unzip it straight into a folder. I've put it in Ioptron stuff. To run it, if you right click it, you can pin it to the start, pin it to the taskbar, which is what I've done on mine. It's pretty straightforward. If you open it up, initially you can connect to the scope, just say whoa, whoa, whoa. The first time you use it, you need to set it up. So it's really straightforward. You just go through the little manual that they've got, the online manual, or download it and print it if you want. It's pretty cool. Just follow it step by step. Calibrates itself by, you take a dark frame and just go through it slowly. The latitude and longitude, if you don't know it, you should do really, because I mean, without that you're not going anywhere with your scope, with your mount anyway. But it is possible. When I did it, you can read it from the ASCOM from the driver, which is really great. Just follow it through. Just take it through to these 2 positions. This confirm 1, and it just does it. It just sorts it out. Plate solves the where you're at. Brilliant stuff. Tonight I've connected. Tells me plate solve only works after a dark frame has been. That's interesting. What? Oh gosh. Hang on. Cancel that a minute. Cancel. Auto load. Yeah. Once you take it, it needs to take a dark frame, and then it will go off and do its plate solving. It needs to be happy. it won't plate solve because I've got the cap on top of it, so I better take it off. There you go. I left the little plastic cap on it, so this is, once I set it up from last night, this is the result from last night. So all we got to do now is tweak it and move it a little bit. When it's close, it zooms up like that, so you can just sort of tweak it to the fractions. Normally I'd use my laptop and do it outside next to the mount, but today, because my mount's on a pier, chances are it doesn't move much anyway. I'll just go and tweak it a bit. I've a funny feeling this is, whoa, where'd it go there? If it goes off, obviously a bit of wind or something. If it goes off, it loses its magnification. I'll go and tweak it, see what happens. It tells you fine tune altitude and azimuth. Oh, alright. Here we go then. And that, more or less that, I'm afraid. A little bit of tweaking. What a brilliant thing. I've used the Ipolar and all the Polemaster, and this is, I'd say it's a bit better actually. I love the way it zooms in so you can really see where the cross is sorted. I'm really chuffed with this. And last night my tracking was much better. 12 hours worth of supersonic tracking. Brilliant. See you soon. Okay, this is the day 3 really. First day I whacked it onto the mount. Next day we had a bit of fun setting it up and calibrating it, which, to be quite frank with you, just follow the instructions. I'll put a link on the final doodah at the bottom and the notes on the channel, on the video. What would I say? My initial thoughts. I've had Polemaster on the same telescope, which mount, which is the Ioptron even CM 25p. I don't know, I always had a niggle that my guiding could be better, even though I'm confident that the Polemaster was giving me good polar alignment. Now, after calibrating and setting up, following through the manual on the Ipolar, did my normal routine of setting up 1-star alignment, plate solve, target, sequence, shoot away all night. And I was sat here sometimes, because I never, well, I glance at the zigzag line on PhD2, but I don't take any notice of that. The only thing that's important is zoom in on the image and look at the stars in the corners, and if they're round and they don't have any colour fringing on them, good enough for me. I'm not NASA, I'm just Dave trying to get some nice pictures. After doing it, after those 2 nights of polar aligning with Ipolar, well, it was so much better, I've got to admit. So either the Polemaster was slightly, it's probably down to the Polemaster and partly me, but the Ipolar, when that red dot comes in with the cross and zooms in, you can you can just fine tune it very easily. So all in all, what would I do? Given the opportunity, I'd buy an Ipolar. Absolutely, I loved it. It was a pleasure to use it, especially with the software the way it is. But unfortunately, hence the Polemaster, I've got to keep it, because at the moment there isn't an Ipolar adapter for the Smart EQ, my little baby mount that I use every now and then anyway. Dropped my pen, but I've got a pencil, so we're okay. Yeah, that's about it really. A big thanks to Ian at Altair Astro. I'm always badgering him for things to do, but as far as reviews go and demo, worked a treat. And as I say, the big thing to do, to remember as well before I sign off, is install .NET 4.8. Make sure you've got that on. Just go, just search on the Windows desktop for Windows features, and it will come up. The dialog box that comes up, you'll be able to find what .NET version you've got on. Other than that, happy puppy. Woohoo! See you soon. Cheers. Now, where's this on off switch? Stop record.